All right, today we have a class where we're going to cover a lot of information, but I want to remind all of you that we're going to focus on early childhood education. This class is so you have all the information on how to work with children from birth to 6 years old. The attitude you should have, you're taking notes, right? Yes. The attitude you should have, when you work with children, you need to develop your inner self. You need to bring out that inner child you have inside. Let that inner child out. You shouldn't be embarrassed about anything because children expect the same happiness from you that they're giving off. A lot of times when we're in a classroom, even if you don't do anything, it's like a magnet. Kids can absorb your energy. That's why you always need to keep your energy up. So let's do the following. I need you to follow along because today I'm going to teach you a song. I imagine most of you already know it because it's in Spanish, but let's start with that song. We have both hands. Let's pretend. Let's stretch a little here. I know a lot of you are working. Stretch a little backwards. Let's put them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to do it forward. Remember, they're kids. 1, 2, 3. It's the neck area that gets tense. That's what causes stress. So now you're going to lift your shoulders up towards your ears. 5, 6, 7, 8. Down. Let's do it again. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1.
This is the fun fruit.
And staying fully engaged while they're in class too. I start with this kind of activity. In this class, we were going to start working on child development and early childhood. And for this topic, you need to know about the philosophers or people who researched and studied child development. I prepared a game where the students had to guess based on physical features and places of birth. Each of these people or characters who are a mystery, the students had fun, participated, and learned through this playful activity, which was also very educational since we were talking about many philosophers. After this game, which made the students feel much more excited about this topic of early childhood education. We began to explain each of the philosophies, the figures, where they were from, what they contributed to education, and shared all the important details about what these people did to change early childhood education. We talked about Montessori, Piaget, Vygotsky, Edison in depth. Each student participated and listened attentively to the whole topic. Afterwards, they were given a presentation about early childhood development. We talked about and focused on the 5 areas that they should aim to develop in students in each of their classes, such as the physical aspect and the cognitive aspect, the emotional, social, and language aspects, which are what an early childhood teacher seeks to foster. And we developed this with really clear examples, where they learn the practical side of each of these areas of child development. After that, I showed them a video that I made specifically for them, where I demonstrated each of these areas of child development. As a practice in my own classroom, how I worked on it, how they could develop it themselves with essential, effective examples, so they could see through real-life examples how these areas of learning and early childhood development can be fostered. Since it's important to know if the students are understanding, that's when we opened up the space for each student to share their point of view. We had an activity where each of the 25 students in the class was asked about the areas of development. Each of them gave meaningful examples, talked about how they put it into practice, and where they should apply it. And they approached all of this extensive knowledge from their own personal experience and from their own unique classroom settings, which truly made the entire class incredibly enriching and clearly showed that every single student fully understood today's complex topic. And to wrap up, we opened the floor for any questions or doubts the students had and finally said our goodbyes.